Lesson 20, Capstone, adding crude models to Confetti Cuisine. Confetti Cuisine is satisfied with the progress I made connecting the application to a database and setting it up to process subscriber information. They've sent me a list of cooking courses that they'd like to begin to advertise on their site. Essentially, they want subscribers to pick the courses they are most interested in attending. Then, if a subscriber later creates a user account, the business wants those two accounts to be linked. To accomplish this task, I need to improve the subscriber model and build the user and cost models. I need to keep the relationships between these models in mind and populate data from associated models when necessary. Last, I need to generate all the functionality needed to allow the creation, reading, updating, and deletion of model records. In this capstone, I'm going to create a user login form that allows a user to create an account and then edit, update, and delete this account. I'll repeat most of the process for courses and subscribers to Confetti Cuisine's newsletter. When I'm done, I'll have an application to show the team at Confetti Cuisine that allows them to sign up new users and monitor their courses before officially launching the program. For this purpose, I need the following: schemas for the user, subscribe, and course models, CRUD actions for all models in the application, views for showing links between models. Picking up where I left off, I have a MongoDB database connected to my application, with the Mongoose package driving communication between my subscriber model and road documents. I'll need the same core and external packages moving forward. Additionally, I need to install the method override package to assist with HTTP methods not currently supported by HTML links and forms. So the method override has been installed. I configure the application to use the method override to identify get and post requests as other methods by adding the following line. Okay. Where is that line? The router use method override line. Next, I need to think about how this project's directory structure will look by the time I'm done. Because I'm adding CRUD functionality to three models, I'm going to create three new controllers, three new folders within views, and three model modules. Building the models. My subscriber model collected meaningful data for Confetti Cuisine, but they want more security on the data layer. I need to add some validators on the subscriber schema to ensure that data meets the client's expectations before entering the database. Okay, let me do this. I start by requiring Mongoose into this module and pulling Mongoose schema object into its own constant. I create my subscriber schema by using the schema construct and passing some properties for the subscriber. Each subscriber is required to enter a name and email address that doesn't already exist in the database. So with this subscriber schema, we first required Mongoose, and then we built our subscriber schema that has a name which is a type string, and it is required. We have an email that is of type string, and it is required. it converts it to lowercase, and the email has to be unique. We also have the zip code, which is of type number, that has a minimum of 10,000. And if the user enters a number less than 10,000, and it will pop up zip code too short, and it has a maximum of, yeah, 9,999. We have timestamps too that will show when the subscriber is created and whenever an update, whatever time the update is made. We have a subscriber schema methods get info, which will return uh, the the subscriber's name, email, and zip code. And then we export the subscriber schema. The model looks so good, so I'll apply some of the same techniques to the course and user model in course.js and user.js respectively. Every course is required to have a title and description with no initial limitations. A course has maximum max students and course attributes that default to 0 and can't be saved as a negative number, otherwise my custom error messages appear. The course schema contains properties in the following listing. So with the course schema, the course has a title of type string. The title of the course is required, and the title has to be unique. The description is of type string, and it needs to be true. The max students has a default of 0, with the minimum being 0. So whenever if there's a negative number, it will pop up course cannot have a negative number of students. The cost is of number as well with the default 0, and the cost cannot have a negative, and it cannot have a negative cost. It has timestamps that will also show when the times of the courses that they were created or updated. The user model contains the most fields and validations because I want to prevent a new user from entering invalid data. This model needs to link to both the course and subscriber models. The user schema is shown in listing 21.3. Each user's name is saved as first and last name as a first and last name attribute. The email and zip code properties behave the same way as in subscriber. So each user is required to have a password. As for subscribers, users are linked to multiple courses. Because subscribers may eventually create user accounts, I need to link those two accounts here. I also add the timestamps property to keep track of changes to user records in the database. So just like the other schemas, we have the name, the email, the zip code, and the password. And then with courses, the courses and subscribers are associated to our user model. It also has a timestamp. Two more additions I make to the user model are virtual attributes to return the user's full name and a Mongoose pre-save hook to link subscribers and users with the same email address. Those additions can be added directly below the schema definition in user.js and are shown in listing 21.4. The first virtual attribute allows me to call full name on a user to get the user's first and last name as one value. The pre-save hook runs right before a user is saved to the database. I'm passing the next parameter so that when this function is complete, I can call the next step with the method of chain. To link the current user, I save the user to a new variable outside the scope of my next query. I set the subscriber model for documents that contain the user's email address. If a subscriber exists, I set the return subscriber to the user's subscribed account attribute before saving the record and calling the next function. So our virtual schema will call the user's first first and last name. With our pre-save, we check if there's a user with an email, and then after that we check that user and check if that user has a subscribed account. If the user doesn't have a subscriber account, it will return an error connecting the subscriber with the error message, and then it will move to the next module, creating the views. For the subscriber model, index.ejs lists all the subscribers in the database through an HTML table, like the one shown in 21.5. This view is a table with 5 columns. The first 3 columns display subscriber data, and the last 2 columns link to edit and delete pages for individual subscribers. To generate a new row for each subscriber, I look through the subscribers variable, an array of subscriber objects, and access each subscriber's attributes. The subscriber's name is wrapped in an anchor tag that links to that subscriber's show page by using the user ID. The delete link requires the method delete query parameter appended to the path so that my method override middleware can process this request as a delete request. I must remember to close my code block in JS. So the two with our index table, it loops through the user for their email, for their names and email, and the edit and delete. It wraps the subscribers' names in an anchor tag. So when it has an edit and delete. When the user presses delete, it will return this message: return confirm. Are you sure you want to delete this record? And then when they click on edit, it will allow the user to edit it. It does all this through the subscriber, basically the subscriber's ID. And then this is the new subscriber form in new.ejs. This is the form that subscribers will input their data to subscribe, the costs. So the action, it'll go look for, it'll go to subscribers.create, and then the method will be posed. It will have a heading that says create a new subscriber, and then it will have a label for a name, which the name will be of text. It will have email and the type email, and the email address will be required. It will have the zip code, where also the zip code is required, and it will have a button to create, so basically to submit the inputted data. I did create this form for users and courses, making sure to replace the form's action and inputs to reflect the model I'm creating. My subscriber edit form looks like the one in figure 21.3. While I'm working on forms, I create the edit.ejs view, whose form resembles the one we made.ejs. The only changes to keep in mind are the following: the edit form. This form needs to access the record I'm editing. In this case, a subscriber comes from the subscriber's control. The form action. This action points to subscribers / subscriber ID update method instead of the create action attributes. Each input's value attribute is set to the subscriber variable. Subscriber variable attributes as input type, name, value. These same points apply to the edit EJS forms for users and courses. The next listing shows my complete subscriber edit page. So the form action is of is subscribers first subscriber ID. So when a user wants to edit, it will look for that subscriber's ID, and then with the method put to show that it's going to edit, and the method is opposed, and then everything else would look like the one the new on the new.ejs. Last, I built a show page for each model. For subscribers, this page acts like a profile page detailing each subscriber's information in the row on the index page. This page is fairly straightforward. I show enough data to summarize a single subscriber record. The subscriber show page has a table created with the EJS template elements shown in the following listing. This page uses attributes from a subscriber variable to display the name, email, and zip code. So the show page will display the user's name whenever they click on their link. It will display on the link. It will display the user's name, their email, and the zip code. Something else I want to add to the show page is the code that shows whether the record is associated with any records in the database. For a user that code showing an associated record could display using an additional tag at the bottom of the page to show whether the user has a subscribed account or associated courses. For subscribers, I'll add a line to show the number of subscribed courses. This one line gives ConfettiQuiz an insight into the number of courses to which people are subscribing. I could take this line a step further by using the Mongoose populate method on the subscriber to show the associated courses detail. So this line, the subscriber has subscribers.courses.length associated courses. This will show the number of courses a subscriber has subscribed to. The last step is bringing the models and views together with the controller actions and routes. The forms and links from ConfettiQuiz are ready to be displayed, but there's still no way to reach them via browser. In main.js, I'm going to add the necessary routes and require the controllers needed to get everything working. First, I add the routes for subscribers from listing 21.10 to main.js. To make sure that the subscribers controller is required near the top of the file alongside my other controllers, I add const subscribers controller, and we require a subscriber controller. I also introduced the Express.js router to my project to help distinguish application routes from the configurations in main.js. Get requests to the subscribers path lead me to the index action of the subscribers controller. Then I render the index.js page through another action called index view. The same strategy applies to the other get routes. The first post route is for create. This route handles requests from forms to save new subscriber data. I need to create the logic to save new subscribers in the create action. Then I use an action called redirect view that will redirect one of my views after I successfully created a subscriber record. The routes are created in main.js require subscribers controller, course controller, and users controller. I start by creating those files in the controllers folder. Next, for the subscribers controller, I add the actions shown in listing 21.11 to handle requests made to my existing routes. After requiring the subscriber model into this file, I create the index action to find all subscriber documents in my database and pass them through the subscribers variable into index.js via the index view action. The new and edit actions also render a view to subscriber name. Edit subscriber data. The create action collects body parameters in my custom get subscribers parents function, listed as the second constant in the code listing. To create a new subscriber record, if I'm successful, I'll pass the user object through the locals request variables object in my response. Then I'll specify to redirect the index page in the redirect view action. The show action puts the subscriber's ID. This, this value is used to search the database for one matching record and then pass that record to the next middleware function through the response object. In show view, the show page displays the contents of the subscriber variable. The update action behaves like create and uses the find ID and update Mongoose method to set new values for an existing subscriber document. Here also pass the updated user object through the response object and specify a view to redirect to in the redirect view action. The delete action uses the subscriber's ID in the request parameters to find my ID and remove a matching document from the database. The get subscriber parents function is designed to have less repetition in my code. Because the create and update actions use form parameters, they can call this function instead. The redirect action is also intended to reduce code repetition by allowing multiple actions, including the delete action, to specify what view to render when the main function is complete. So, for the subscriber controller, we start by requiring the subscriber model. We have the function get subscriber parents body where it will return the name, the email, and the zip code of the subscriber. We will export our index that has a request, response, and a next. So we will find a subscriber and save the subscriber through the response through the local variable and go to the next middleware. If there's an error with fetching the index, fetching the subscriber, though it will console log error fetching subscriber, and then you'll have that our error message. And then if with our index view it has a request and a response, and it will render our index page. Same thing with new. It will render with the request and response. It will respond with the render of basically our new page. When we create, we have a request, a response, and a next, and we will let subscriber parents equals to get subscriber parents request body. With subscriber to create, we'll create with subscriber parents, and then if there's a subscriber, we'll redirect to /subscribers. If there's an error, and then from there it will save the subscriber in the subscriber here. If there's an error, it will console log error saving subscriber. With our redirect view, we let redirect path equals to rest locals.redirect. If there's a redirect path, it will be this is a redirect redirect path that we would have specified. So basically, with these controller actions in place for each model, the application is ready to read and manage records. I load the views for each model and then create new subscriber courses and users. In Unit 5, I improve config decreasing site by adding user authentication and login form. In this capstone exercise, I improve config decreasing application by adding CRUD functionality to 3 new models. These models allow subscribers to sign up for confetti quizzing with upcoming course offerings and create user accounts to get involved with the Booking Class product. In Unit 5, I cleaned up these views by adding flash messaging, password security, and user authentication with the passport.